What you're looking at is a wonderful new animated movie that's available now on Netflix. A great film for the whole family. It's called In Your Dreams.
Stevie will say, why do you have to be so... Okay, we're done here.
Ta-da! Hey guys, something came up and I'm headed out of town super early.
You're leaving? Dad, it's not like Mom's gonna move, right?
I just don't want you to worry, honey.
Well, joining us now from that movie is the co-writer, director, and I should also mention he's the founder and CEO of KUKU Studios, who produced this film. It is a great pleasure to welcome Alex Wu to our city tonight. Hello, Alex.
Hi, Jim. It's great to see you.
Great to see you, sir. First off the bat, congratulations on this film. Animation, and we'll get into your long career in the animated world, but this is such a wonderful film for families, and we're going to get into the plot, and you can give our viewers a little idea more about it. But what I loved about this is because it really shows a family that's not perfect. The love is still there, and that really resonated, I thought. Can you tell our viewers a bit about the family and these two wonderful children and what they want?
Yeah, so the movie stars or follows Stevie and Elliot, who are two siblings who live in the Midwest in Minnesota, which is where I grew up. And their family is going through some changes, and change is hard for kids. And Stevie tries, she's the eldest sibling, I'm the eldest sibling, and she tries very hard to sort of keep her family together and keep things as they are. And so, yeah, it's a very personal film. It was sort of based off of what happened to me when I was a kid, when I was about 6 or 7 years old. I woke up one morning and my mom was at the front door and she had her bags packed, and she had to sort of gently explain to me and my brother that she was going away for a little while to figure things out for herself and for our family. I think my parents got married quite young, and so I think parenthood was sort of thrust upon them quite quickly. And so she had to sort of figure out, who she was and who she wanted to be. And I totally understand that now, but as a kid, it's very scary. And I think, you just want your family to be whole and to be together and to be perfect. And this movie is very much sort of an exploration of imperfect people and imperfect parents and imperfect families. And realizing that that's actually okay. That's actually what life is about. It is imperfect. It is messy. And it's actually coming together and getting through those messy times is what makes a family a family. It's what makes life really meaningful.
One of the nice things, and you just touched on it, that I really liked about this film, as you said, there's no guilty parties here. There's no one's right, no one's wrong. These are just parents that I don't doubt the lack of love there. It's just, as you said, life is challenging at times. What I also found interesting, and again, I'll be honest with you, I'm not around kids very often, so as a longtime film critic, I would often err on the side of caution as to how much I think kids can digest. I don't think I give them enough credit. When you guys are sitting down, and this story was with you for a lot of years, I think 10 years, if I read it correctly, is there a lot of discussion as to what kids can take in, the characters, but also the viewers? I'm thinking of the two kids, Stevie and Elliot, who travel into a dream world to meet Mr. Sandman to get this wish granted. But is there discussions about how much kids can digest?
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, you have to think about your audience and what they're able to, digest and what's palatable for them. We worked actually with a lot of child psychologists. It was 2 or 3 of them actually, and we showed them the film early on and got their insights. And they felt like it was so validating for us because we explored a lot of different emotions that we kind of didn't hold back. Because I wanted to approach this movie and tell the story as honestly as possible and as authentically as possible. And, when I was a kid, I went through a lot of emotions when this was happening to my family. And so we have Stevie and Elliot go through all those different emotions. And the child psychologist told us they were so happy to see that because these moments are very challenging for kids, and they do go through every single emotion that you can imagine. So, we definitely think about that. And we try to make it, I think kids are really smart. I think sometimes we don't give them enough credit. And even though they can't articulate some of their thoughts, they're still having them. And I think even though they can't explain their understanding of something, I think they still, even on a subconscious level, are able to understand things. So we try not to talk down to kids with this film. We treated them as if, they were as intelligent and savvy as an adult audience.
It's interesting too, because I don't want to presume too much here, but I love the story that you created where they've got to go to this fantastic magical world full of scary cereals. I mean, there's one great line in this movie. I'm never going to hear a line like this again where it's, Dad, there's a dead girl in my cereal. I mean, those are lines you just don't hear very often. But also that you need to add these magical elements as, not to manipulate the children viewers, but it's a great way to keep them hooked into what you're trying to tell them. Am I right about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I tried to create something, cinematically that people haven't seen before. I mean, that's what gets me to go to the movies. I want to see something new. I want to see something fresh, and I also want to see something funny. I want to be entertained. I mean, that's what I love about going to the movies. That's what I love about film. It can take you through this emotional roller coaster, and you can feel every single emotion. And the best movies, I think, do that. They give you comedy, they give you drama, they give you adventure, they give you action, and so that's very much what we tried to do with this film.
I talked as a film critic for many decades. I've marveled at the evolution of animated films. It's just remarkable to see how much they've come forward, where you can say, hey, this film is not just a top film in the animated category, this is a top 10 for me. You've had a great history, which I do want to mention because you spent a lot of time as a story artist at Pixar, that little studio, involved with movies that everybody knows, like Ratatouille, WALL-E, Cars 2, Finding Dory, The Incredibles. You're an Emmy winner. Talk about how much that helped you in your career and then to finally step out on your own with KUKU Studios.
Yeah, I mean, it was instrumental. I love that studio so much. I love the people there. I loved my time there. I mean, I'm so lucky that I got to work with some of the greatest filmmakers in our generation. I worked with Brad Bird on Ratatouille. I worked with Andrew Stanton on WALL-E. I worked with John Lasseter on Cars 2. I worked with Peter Sohn on The Good Dinosaur. Just some of the greats in our industry. And so I learned so much from them. And everything that I've learned about filmmaking and cinema, I really learned during my time there. So, I brought all of that learning to this film and to KUKU Studios, and hopefully I'm now able to sort of add my own sort of spin to things and make things my own. So.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, we need more movies like this, because I think this is one of those wonderful films that families can sit and watch and talk about afterward. It is a lovely, lovely film. Alex, this is, I believe, the first film for your KUKU Studios?
Yeah, it's our first feature. We did a television show called Go Go Corey Carson with Netflix 2 years prior to this film. But yeah, this is our big first production as our first feature film, so we're really excited about it.
The movie is In Your Dreams. It's available now for streaming on Netflix. Alex, I want to thank you very much for joining us, and I really want to make sure we get you back on this show when you have your next feature coming out.
Yeah, would love to.
Thank you, Alex.
Thanks so much, Jim.